Imagine waking up tomorrow and the universe simply stops existing. Not a slow collapse, not an explosion, just instant erasure. Every star, every galaxy, every atom gone in a fraction of a second. It sounds like science fiction, but according to modern physics, there may have been a moment in the early universe when this almost happened, and it could, in theory, still happen again. Right after the Big Bang, the universe was a chaotic place. Temperatures were unimaginably high, space itself was expanding violently. The fundamental forces of nature were settling into the form we experience today. At the center of this transformation was something physicists call the Higgs field, an invisible field that fills the entire universe. Without the Higgs field, particles would have no mass. Atoms couldn't form. Stars would never ignite. The entire structure of reality depends on this field existing in exactly the right state. But here's the disturbing part. Some physicists believe the Higgs field might not actually be in its most stable state. Instead, the universe could be sitting in what's called a false vacuum, a temporary state that looks stable but isn't. And if that's true, then somewhere in the fabric of space, a tiny quantum fluctuation could trigger something called false vacuum decay. If that happened, a bubble of true vacuum would form. At first, it would be microscopic, smaller than an atom, but it wouldn't stay that way for long. This bubble would expand outward at the speed of light. Inside it, the laws of physics would be completely different. The forces that hold atoms together would change. Matter itself could no longer exist in the form we know. Everything inside the bubble, stars, planets, galaxies, would simply disintegrate, and there would be no warning. Because the bubble expands at light speed, no signal could outrun it. By the time you could see it approaching, it would already be here. The Earth would vanish instantly. The sun would vanish. Our entire galaxy would disappear before a single neuron in your brain had time to register what happened. But the most unsettling part of this idea isn't that it could happen in the future, it's that it might have almost happened already. In the earliest moments after the Big Bang, the universe was undergoing violent phase transitions as it cooled. Fields shifted. Forces separated. The structure of reality itself was being decided. Physicists believe that during this chaotic period, the Higgs field could have slipped into different states. One wrong transition, one tiny difference in the energy of the field, and the universe might never have stabilized at all. Instead of forming atoms and galaxies, a vacuum decay bubble could have formed immediately, expanding through the newborn cosmos and erasing everything before stars even had the chance to ignite. But the story doesn't end there. If the universe is sitting in a false vacuum, then somewhere, right now, in some distant region of space, a tiny bubble of true vacuum could already exist, expanding silently through the cosmos at the speed of light, racing through galaxies, passing through stars, erasing entire clusters of galaxies without leaving a trace, and we would never know it was coming. From our perspective, the universe would simply end. No explosion, no final moment, just the sudden disappearance of everything. Physicists can't say for certain whether the Higgs field is truly stable or only metastable. Experiments at facilities like the CERN continue to study the properties of particles like the Higgs boson to better understand the stability of our universe. So far, the results suggest something unsettling. We may be right on the edge between stability and instability. Not doomed, but not entirely safe either, which means the universe you're sitting in right now might only exist because of a fragile cosmic coincidence, a tiny difference in the energy of a field that formed billions of years ago. A difference so small that if the numbers had been slightly different, the universe might have collapsed before the first star ever lit up the sky. And if those same laws of physics still allow it, then somewhere in the vast darkness of space, the end of the universe might already be on its way.